Hello, YouTube. It's Marlena from Big City Curvy Girl Thin Wallet coming at you from what is hopefully going to be my home office. I'm in the process of actually doing some much needed upgrades to my house. I've moved to this apartment 2 years ago, and with the idea of this particular space that's unfortunately by the front door to be my workspace. And it took 2 years, and I finally have a desk. I have bookcases and a bunch of storage to actually use. And so these are the two. If you follow me on Instagram stories, you know that I was super happy about these two bookcases that I got at Walmart for 25 bucks each. And I'm currently still unpacking boxes of mostly notes and manuscripts. So it makes me think that I might need a third bookcase. But we'll see. Anyway, this video is not about that workspace, but I wanted to share with you what's coming up. That said, actually, if you want a library tour, let me know in the comments below. I have a multitude of books that I can share why I have them and my fandoms with you if you want, because that's a major part of who I am. I have been without a computer since July. This is the second computer I've lost, I think mostly from overuse, because when I took it to be fixed, they told me that the motherboard was completely destroyed. Not surprising considering the amount of work I actually do professionally and not like extracurricular on my computer, which makes me now looking for a desktop computer, because I think a desktop can actually take all of the work I needed to do. But unfortunately, I got my mentor and friend, who is a big supporter of the blog, actually lent me her laptop that she wasn't using. And I just realized how to use the camera, which is why I'm actually recording before I forget how to get to this setting on the computer. So anyway, I thought about what my next video could be, and I thought, why not talk about some experiences that I've had since my last video, being for modeling. I have been blessed with the opportunity to actually model 3 times, and it's been an eye-opening experience, and I really wanted to share it with you guys. I thought that sharing my experience with having 3 photo shoots under my belt right now may actually be helpful for anyone who's either aspiring to model or is thinking about it, to really understand what it really entails. So for the first thing that I've learned is that modeling is not about you. Fashion at its heart is aspirational. So the model's job is really to communicate this message of, you can be just like me if you buy this product. And half the time that entails makeup, hair, and shapewear. Things I really don't normally think about. I don't wear makeup on the regular. I usually wear just lipstick. That's it, and the rest is all me. In terms of hair, this is usually it, unless it's fall or winter, and that's when I straighten it. And for shapewear, I don't own any. So I actually showed up to my shoot without any shapewear. I do have this high-waisted brief, which I'm still wondering how I got into my closet, but it had shapewear built into it, so that's what I actually used for the shoot. But if I was a aspiring model, that is an absolute no-no. You do need your shapewear, because that's what the client wants. So in keeping with this idea that modeling is not about you, the second thing is that a call to model can come at any time. So when I got the call to model, it was literally within the same week. So this was on a Wednesday, and I was going to model that Sunday. And I was confused because I expected it to be like the following Sunday. So, mentally prepare and get all the stuff I needed. It was not. It was the same week. And actually, in talking to some more veteran models that were actually at the shoot, they were telling me that that's actually out of the norm. They usually would even call sometimes 2 days, 1 day before the shoot. And sometimes even hours. You can be called the same day to go model for something. So I found that really shocking. But it goes again towards you're working on the client's schedule. You are working for someone, but you're not working for yourself. So, I mean, what I'm trying to say is you have to be prepared. That's like essential too. That said, what to carry in your model bag was also something I had to learn. Fortunately, in July, I attended the Ashley Stewart Rock the Block, and Christine Mendez was there, and she did two workshops on modeling. And what's funny is that when I'm sitting there, I'm like, I really don't need this because I'm not aspiring to model. Needless to say, I ended up using her tips, and I'm glad that I took notes and took pictures of her slides because they came in handy for both these experiences. So first things first, you do get a call sheet. Tells you what they want for you to bring for the photo shoot. Sometimes it's just things like specific color shoes, specific heel, height, things like that. And there are some things that they didn't list, and I took the call list actually very seriously. And they didn't list things like kind of obvious now that I think about it, like robes, slippers and socks, hair products, nail polish remover, that kind of thing. I totally missed and was oblivious to. You have to come in ready with your items, with everything that you need or anything that you may not believe you need to the shoot. So actually I came in without a robe. I had a button-down denim dress that actually worked as a robe for that day because I didn't have a robe, and no one's going to give this stuff to you either. I kind of came in with the idea that the client and their stylist and stuff would actually have items for you to use, and that was not the case. You have to come prepared with the things that you need. So one of the major lessons here for me was the fact that blogging and modeling do intersect, or may intersect. Let me correct my own self, but they're not the same. So I remember in another event that I participated to, another plus size fashion event, I heard a model complaining about bloggers that are kind of taking away their jobs because they're modeling and no client is calling the models to model because they have the bloggers. I didn't say anything then, but I am actually someone who thinks that's incorrect. I think models help to bring, again, the aspirational to the customer. And I think the blogger's job really more is to showcase them being used in real life occasions, real life situations, how you would use these pieces, and how it looks on a person's body. Someone who's not a model, someone who doesn't wear shapewear, someone who actually isn't sure about trying new things or is willing to try new things for you. Said, the other thing that's different is that you don't have control. The only one that has control over the photo shoot is the client and the photographer. As a blogger, I have the control. All of my photographs are taken by either my friends or my family, who either I beg or bribe to take these pictures for me. And I get to see the pictures as I'm taking them. And a shoot for me can take, with photographs can range from 75 photos to, I think the most I've ever done was 250 plus photos. And from those, I pick what I will use for my blog post. Actually, the most recent blog post that I did, not the fall getaway, but the wet seal kimono, that photo shoot took over 140 pictures, of which I only used 6. But during the course of that day, I got to choose how to stand, where the lighting was. I had complete control. I didn't at these photo shoots. I basically, in the first photo shoot, I didn't receive any direction. I was on my own. I had to know how to pose. I had to figure out what they wanted without being told. On top of that, I had to be comfortable receiving direction for the second one. I am usually the one who tells myself, okay, you need to stand differently. You have to kind of stand up straighter, that kind of thing. And the photo shoots, you can't do that. You're kind of on your own. And in addition to being in control, you get to choose certain things. So, like I said before, I don't wear makeup, so I had to forego uh, the whole makeup policy that I have and actually wear makeup. When it came to shapewear, I had to wear that high waisted brief I told you that I had. And then on top of that, there came the discussion about my glasses. I can't see far, I'm nearsighted without my glasses. So the question about whether or not I can actually wear my glasses for the shoot also came up. And for the second shoot that I did, I was allowed to keep it for a section of the day, but not for the entire day. And I realized the reason for that because for photographers, glasses are a hard thing to photograph because of the glare. But your girl does not have contacts, mostly because I can't afford them, and second because I have a fear about putting my finger in my eye. But obviously, I'm going to have to invest in some because not only for modeling, but I am a huge heavy metal fan, and when I go to concerts, it's really hard to enjoy a concert because when you're worried about like someone elbowing you in the face and glass can get in your eye. So I kind of do need contacts for that, but also for modeling because I even said to one of the photographers is that I can't see your directions without my glasses, so I kind of need them. And that was a basic no. But they did let me keep it because it was for real women, and I'm a real woman that wears glasses. That's part of, that's like my go-to accessory at this point. And like these glasses are actually my stay-at-home glasses. I'm actually home grading papers, so I'm actually using these instead of my normal glasses. But like I said, it's a completely different animal going from blogging to modeling. In addition to that, like you have complete control over what you're gonna wear. In these shoots, you're gonna have a stylist. They're gonna tell you what you're gonna wear. The only thing you may have any say on is your shoes, and that's mostly because you're supposed to have shoes in your model bags, mostly black and nude. And I actually brought two pairs of black heels, one of them which was wedges, and the other one was a skinny heel. And even then, the stylist chose which heel I was going to wear for the shoot. So it's a completely different animal. You're doing two completely different things. As a model, you're being aspirational. You're presenting a product. It's not you being presented. And as a blogger, you're basically showing how a piece of an article of clothing can be worn in the day-to-day basis. So there's a major difference between the two. Again, they intersect. Obviously, there are a lot of bloggers who model and there are a lot of models who blog. But at the same time, it's not the same thing. And it's kind of what I'm getting at here. Um, and then the most crucial part of this experience that I learned, modeling is a job. And that's not like I didn't know that before. It's more of people think of models as just like, they just stand and be pretty and that's it. It's really not that easy. It's really, really a lot of work. For instance, the shoot that I had, I came in around 10, but the people were already there from 8 o'clock, including more seasoned models than I am. And so you factor in that this person's been there from 8 o'clock. I left the shoot around 2:30, and they were still snapping pictures of this one model. I heard that a photo shoot can go from 8 o'clock in the morning to anywhere from 10 o'clock at night. You're really working the entire time, and you're there with hot lights, standing in heels, going from one outfit to the other, sometimes even changes in makeup and hair. It's exhausting. And now you can see why so many of these models actually do a lot of fitness, a lot of workouts, because they kind of need to ramp up that stamina, because you need it. I mean, I only did one look and I was exhausted. So imagine someone who's doing like 26. And lastly, though I still don't consider myself a model, probably never will, I will definitely do it again. I want to help to expand the representation of the plus size community within the industry. I mean, I'm petite, I am not an hourglass shape, and I'm an Afro Latina that wears glasses to see, not as a fashion statement. So basically, by definition, I'm not the type of person you normally see in commercials or within lookbooks or even on websites. And I kind of want to shatter that expectation by taking the call when they do ask me to model. And I hope that they do ask me to model again, any brands. And if any brand representative is watching, I am open to doing it. As long as it's not lingerie, that's no. That's just a whole other story. But I am willing to be the catalyst to affect the change within the industry. I think the major thing that's going on with modeling is a lot of women are realizing that they want to see their body represented. And I remember recently, actually, I did a blog shoot for this French blue striped dress from fluidity.com, and they actually reposted it on Instagram. And one of the first comments to that image when they reposted it was of this woman who actually now wanted to buy the dress after she saw it on a body type that's more like hers. So I'm not sure if this woman actually went to my blog, but I do list sizing as well, and um, to help people actually know what to shop for based off what's on me when I blog about it. So the fact is that there are people who are willing, who want to have this kind of representation so that they will know how to shop. It's one thing that to see beautiful models, they are beautiful, they are obviously doing their job, but at the same time, they're not showing me how that outfit will look on someone like me. Especially with me, that I don't wear shapewear for my blog post. So that kind of gives people a better understanding as to how an outfit will hang or fit them when it comes to using it in real life. So those were the things that I learned from this modeling experience that I wasn't really expecting now in my second year of vlogging, but I'm really super excited for. Like I said, I think my stepping out of my comfort zone and being a model for a day, I think will help create, bring out the diversity within the community that's within plus size fashion. And I hope that that actually brings some kind of change to the industry and to specifically how we view plus size fashion. I mean, to this day, we've done a lot of moving forward in terms of stepping away from the expectations and standards that we have grown up with, myself included, in terms of what is beautiful and what is actually fashionable. However, there's still much to go. I mean, to that point again about models, they're beautiful and everything, but I can't see myself in Ashley Graham. She's beautiful and tall in hourglass shape. I am short and not hourglass. So obviously whatever she puts on does look lovely, but I don't know how that would look on me. So there's a lot of changes coming to the industry. I don't know if I will actually be helpful in changing that, but I really want to be a part of that. So that's it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below if you want any more videos like this about like my experience behind the scenes about blogging and kind of the projects I have coming up. I'm more than willing to do that. Also, let me know if you're an aspiring model. I would love to hear your take in the whole industry and your experiences. This is all really new to me. I did not expect to actually be doing any kind of modeling besides what I do for the blog. So I'm always open to hearing other women and their experiences. Let me know what you think about what I've learned in this process, and let me know if your experience is actually different. Also follow me on Facebook on Big City Curvy Girl Thin Wallet, and Instagram I'm always posting either motivational text post or actually updates about my blog on there, and that's at bigcity_curvygirl_thin wallet. I know it's super long, but you'll appreciate it when you get there. So until next time, remember to break all the beauty standards, but not your budget.